Hello everyone, this is Unraveled, or Rav for short. I realized that I didn't really see anyone looking at the Pokédex for Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I decided, why don't I give it a try? So that's what this is. I hope you enjoy. This is the cover to our Pokédex in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Right below the nameplate that says Pokédex, we can see the seen and the caught markers. This particular trainer has seen 3 Pokemon and caught 2 Pokemon. Below that, we can see the Obsidian Fieldlands area. This Pokedex is split into different territories where you can catch different Pokemon. So similar to how in Sword and Shield we had 3 different Pokedexes, this one will be categorizing them in certain areas just like they did in Sword and Shield. Below that, we can see the No Star member. Now, this means this trainer has not gotten his first star. Later in the presentation that we got, we see that Silene tells us that they obtained the first star rank for the Galaxy Expedition team. And if we look back at the Pokedex cover, we can see how many points it takes to get to that first star member. It takes 400 points. This particular trainer has only received 60, so in 340 more points, they will rank up into first star member. Now, this is speculation, but this might be the gym badges, so to speak, in this game. Since it says no star member, it'd be like having 0 badges, and how if you got to first rank, it'd be like getting 1 gym badge. But like I said, that's just speculation. We don't have enough information about the game to know how that will work. Once we open our Pokedex book, we can see a page similar to this. Currently, we're looking at Shinx's page, since this is the only Pokemon that we've seen in video and on the Pokemon website. So we're going to work our way from the top left and work our way around, looking at everything we can see on this page. So first of all, we see this little Pokeball icon. This icon is showing us the exact Pokemon page that we're looking at, in this case, Shinx. Right next to that, to the right, we see a box with a check mark. These are the research tasks for the Pokemon, and we'll get to that in a little bit. The third tab kind of looks like a Pokemon's face. Now, this is talking about the Pokemon's habitat, and they've been using this symbol ever since the Generation 7 games, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Moon, and it continued on in Generation 8 with Sword and Shield. So this symbol is used to just explain the habitat and where you can find them. If we look at the top right of the little book, we can see there is once again, the seen and caught pictures, and we'll see that there's a little Pokeball symbol that is actually colored. This is talking about research tasks. We'll get to that in a little bit. Directly below that, we see the Dex number for Shinx. He's number 15 in this case, and that he's the electric type. As we can see, Shinx's picture is grayed out, and if we look over to the right, Bidoof and Starly's are colored, so this shows that we have not yet caught Shinx. And looking down at the very bottom of the book, this confirms it. It reads, "A new species of Pokemon you discovered. Catch some and report back to Professor." So this Shinx has yet to be caught. They've only seen one. They haven't caught one. So they'll eventually catch one later on, and we'll see what that happens. We also see that their research level is currently 0. They have no research points for Shinx since they haven't caught one yet. Now, if we look outside of the Pokedex page, we'll see at the top it says entire Hisui region, and directly above that, we see a symbol that I'm assuming represents the entire Hisui region, and directly to the right of that, we once again see the symbol for the Obsidian Fieldlands. And we can see that this trainer has caught a Bidoof and a Starly. So that's pretty cool. On to the next page, we can see what a completed research level page looks like. Now, in this one, we can see a little bit of different things. At this point in time, the trainer has seen 13 Pokemon, caught 10 of them, but they've only done completed one research task. So we'll get to that in a second. If we look down at the name bar that we'd looked at before, we see that Shinx's classification as the Flash Pokemon has shown up. Also, we can see a range of the weight and the height of Shinx. And also, it shows some preferred foods. It looks like Shinx prefers mushrooms, some type of wheat, and some type of bean. And it seems that wild Shinx can carry 2 different types of berries. They can carry cherry berries and spoiled apricorns, which spoiled apricorns are new items in the game. I can't wait to see what those are. Also, if we look back at Shinx's picture, we can see underneath of the picture that there is Form 1 and Form 2. There were a lot of people that were speculating that this was a shiny form, and I completely disagree with that, and there's evidence on this page to support that. If we look up in the top right of this picture of Shinx, we see the little symbol that represents a male Pokemon. That means that Shinx is showing its male form. It also has a female form, which I'll put on screen now. Just because Shinx has a gender difference, it takes up two different parts in its dex entry as different forms. But that's something that I think is really cool. I really enjoy when they put in little things like this with different forms, and I hope we get some with Basculegion getting a blue stripe form. It'd be really cool. Looking down at before, where it had said something completely different, where we didn't have enough information, now it reads, shakes its body to generate electricity. Its stature belies its aggression. One must be patient to tame this Pokemon. So now we can see that this person has caught the Shinx, and they have completed their research tasks, and they know pretty much everything about this Pokemon. Once again, looking to the right of the screen, we can see that now the trainer has caught a Staravia and a Luxio. They're both colored, not grayed out, so we know that they have indeed caught them. And if we look at Shinx, the selected Pokemon, we see that once again, colored Pokeball. And that shows that they have completed their research, which also points up at the top right of the book and shows your completed research levels. But let's look at the research tasks now. So we can see that there's quite a number of tasks that we can do. There's no information right now on these red arrow parts, so we don't know what those are. Perhaps they're quests given by NPCs. We don't know. But we can see that for Shinx at least, we see the number caught, number defeated, the number you've defeated with ground type moves, times you've seen it use quick attack, times you've seen it use bite, number of its forms you've registered, and number you've evolved. Right now, if we look a little bit over to that, to the zeros, we'll see that they have not done anything with Shinx, and if we look back to the right, we'll see that they haven't even caught it yet. We're back at research level 0. So they have 0 points. Moving on, later in the video, they showed us the Shinx page where they have research level 2. At this point, they've caught Shinx, and they've caught one, we can see that here, and they've also numbered one of its forms. I'm assuming this is the male form since that was the first one that showed up in the Pokédex, but I can't be certain. Looking back down in the book, this part was really hard to make out, so I went ahead and rewrote it and made it black so that everyone could read it easier. It says, this Pokemon has only just been documented. Investigation is ongoing. More research tasks must be completed to fill in this Pokédex entry. So I think that's really cool. It's telling you, you're not done yet. You need to keep going. You got this. So I think that's also another really cool thing. Also, we'll see that the two numbers, the 1 in the zeros column, add up to 2. It kind of falls off later on, which I think you'll see, but for now it seems like it still works that way. At level 3, we can see that now they've defeated 1 in battle. They didn't catch it, they defeated it. So now their research level has been moved up to 3. A little bit later, they have a research level 5, and this is where it starts to kind of fall apart, I think, for a number of reasons. I don't know how the research level is determined, but we can see in this column only 4 1s exist. And somehow they're research level 5. So I don't know what that is. I think it might have to do with the fact that they registered a Luxio, but I'm not quite sure. And they've only registered the Luxio at this point because it's grayed out, as well as the Staravia. Moving on to research level 8, we can see that once again the numbers all line up perfectly for the research level that they have for Shinx. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if it was a bug in their game or what, but we can see now that they've seen 12 Pokemon and they've caught 5, but they still have not registered that Staravia and that Luxio. And finally, we get to see what the research level 10 looks like. So even though they've completed their research, they haven't completely filled out all the research tasks, which I know a lot of people were really upset that they had to catch 15 Shinx in order to complete the research tasks. This is obviously false. We can see it right here. You don't need to catch all of them. In fact, they've barely done over half of any of it. So I would say that getting them to max out might be a cool challenge goal, but I don't think it's really necessary to complete all of them if you don't want to. Now that we're done looking at the Pokédex, there's currently about 161 Pokemon that are confirmed to be in the game. Some of them have been seen in the game, so we can just assume that their evolutions and pre-evolutions are also in the game. But with that said, I can't wait to see which Pokemon actually make it into the game and what new forms and evolutions are added. Well, I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Peace.